We begin in India, where a traditional preference for boys over girls, particularly in the north of the country, has long been a problem. It's led to a skewed sex ratio in favor of boys, primarily due to the deadly practice of terminating female fetuses, also called female feticide. And the state of Haryana in the north was always one of the worst offenders. But things are improving. One village in particular stands out as a shining example. Female feticide was common in Bibipur, but not anymore. Women-centric libraries, seminars on female feticide, and a new village council formed by women have helped.
A gathering of a female village council is a rare sight in the northern state of Haryana. But here in the village of Bibipur, they have become commonplace. Today, more than 100 women have assembled to discuss the issue of female feticide. They sing songs and recite poetry in praise of female children. A few stand up from the crowd to share their personal stories. Sonia Danda leads the female council. She is the oldest of 3 girls. Sisters she almost never had. Her mother was pressured by her family to abort her second female child. Her relatives heaped shame on her for giving birth to 3 girls. Sonia seeks inspiration from her mother's life and now leads an awareness campaign across Haryana.
Here, women used to abort their female fetuses using traditional methods with the help of elder women. If that didn't work, they would go to the doctors. This was happening a lot until we decided to run this campaign against the practice. Now it has finally come to an end here.
The state of Haryana was once known for having the highest number of female feticides, contributing significantly to India's 46 million missing females over the last 50 years. But Bibipur village now stands out as an inspiration to other villages in India. Here, no more female fetuses are aborted. In the village center, Nisha Kapoor and her family are celebrating the birth of a baby girl. They sing and hand out sweets, acts that were once only associated with the birth of a boy.
The mindset of the people is changing. Now that girls have achieved so much and are taking part in every activity, people have started to see things differently. This has led to a decline in female feticide.
But not everywhere. Outside Bibipur village, the preference for sons still exists in many parts of the state. Sunil Jaglan was the former village head of Bibipur. He helped found the female council there and now works as an activist in the fight to stop female feticide. Today, Sunil and his team are visiting this house in a nearby village, where they meet these elderly men to talk about the continuing preference for male children.
The biggest challenge that I face is from people with a deeply patriarchal mindset who believe that the family lineage only runs through sons. We are able to persuade some of them that these views are outdated, but many cannot be convinced.
Back at the council, Sonia and her team are determined to raise awareness to counter female feticide. What they have managed to do in one village, they're aiming to do in many more. But it will not be an easy fight in the face of such entrenched mindsets.
And for more on this, let's talk to Ananya Banerjee, an activist from the NGO Sarthi. She joins us from the Australian capital, Canberra. Ananya, you're also from the state of Haryana, where my colleagues were reporting from. I mean, how have activists been able to convince men in a deeply patriarchal society to allow girls to be born?
I would say it's extremely difficult. As I come from Haryana, I've seen that the sex ratio of females to males has been around 830 females to 1,000 males. now it's improving. It's around 900 or 920. But I want to majorly focus on the fact that there is an attitude among males, and unfortunately also in a lot of females, that males are better, boys are preferred, boys are a blessing, which I understand from my experience and working at the grassroots level, that it is embedded in the culture. It comes from cultural norms, religion, and the society overall. So it's been a very difficult task to bring about a mindset change and bring about awareness and education related to female feticide and how it is a sin and a crime.
So how have some of the NGOs been able to do it? I mean, you just mentioned that the sex ratio had improved. How did that improvement, however marginal it may seem, how did that come about?
I would say definitely because of the microscopic grassroots level change. There are a lot of NGOs. If I talk about my own, I and my sister, we run NGO Sarthi. And for the more than last 12 years, we have been continuously working around female feticide, which began from my own journey when I was not, welcomed in the society, because a lot of people around the society did not want a girl in the family. From that, we understood that there is a need to work with the people, with the local communities. And hence, our organization with 400 volunteers, we have been, working for education and awareness and advocacy. So I believe that us or the other organizations, whosoever have worked with people, have made them understand that how there could be a mindset shift and how they are believing in some kind of myths, when they believe in the power dynamics of male and female, how we make them understand about rights, human rights, and gender equality. I think that has helped bringing about a change. And on the overall macro level, I believe the policies, whether it's been some initiatives by the government or enforcement of laws, but I think there is huge scope of improvement. I don't think we have enough improvement. And hence, me as an activist, I want to dedicate my life to working against female feticide and to promote gender equality.
You know, you talked about your own experience, Ananya, and I think you're referring to the fact that your mother faced family pressure to abort when she was expecting you. That was about 2 decades back. Do you think things are better now? Will they continue to improve if you think they are better?
I believe there is scope of improvement. It is going to happen when women take the lead. Where I come from, the society, there is a lot of control and power, both in the hands of males. It is because it is a patriarchal society. The decision makers, the bread earners, the people who are running the home, so-called, are the males of the family. And if we regain power as women, we get educated, we get jobs, and we access the opportunities, we would not be in the trap, which is a vicious circle, that because females are dependent on males for finances, for decisions, they are not able to even get out of the families or marriages that are toxic, or that are involving harassment and domestic violence. So there's a huge vicious circle that we need to break. And I think whether it is working at the local level, through the NGOs, change makers, more organization, or at the national level, as I and my sister, we demanded from the Prime Minister that we need National Commission for Girl Child, and we need more policies that are related to healthcare of women. I think at every level, if there is a change, there is effectiveness of all of those policies, law enforcement, I think only then there would be scope of improvement. But I'm very optimistic and positive that there would be change, as we see now, though it is gradual. Yeah.
Not very often that I talk to another Banerjee, but this has been an absolute pleasure. Ananya, thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me. A pleasure.